Hey YouTube world, today we're going to talk about acceptance, a path for personal growth. Hey YouTube world, welcome back. My name is Rameni. You can call me Remy, and today we're going to talk about acceptance, a path for personal growth. But before we get into it, let's remind ourselves of the rule, which is not to reject or accept any topic from the beginning. Let that information come in, digest it, and then push it back out with a decision to accept it, reject it, or maybe just accept parts of it and the rest of it, well, you know what to do. You can kick it out. And the cigar of the day is HVC, Havana City Cigars. This is broadleaf. Second time trying the cigar. I met these gentlemen in an event in Philly. Great selection of cigars. This one here is a very good one. It's more medium to full body. Has great flavors, especially once it gets to the middle part of it. But they have other cigars in their collection that I'm waiting to try as well. But kudos to them and best of luck to them and the company as they go forward for making a great product here. But to get back to the topic of acceptance, right? So accept that things happen, right? That's probably the easiest way to put it. Now we understand that life happens, right? We have an agenda, we have a to-do list, whether it is in our personal life or our professional life. We have an idea, a vision, goals, milestones, and we want certain days to happen a certain way. We want certain weeks to happen a certain way. If you're not thinking that way, then that's your starting point, right? If you don't have goals, if you don't have milestones, if you're not developing a vision of the future, then that's where you need to start, right? But if you do have that, we understand that it doesn't work out as we plan it, right? Hopefully for you it does. Hopefully for you it works out in a positive way as much as possible. But sometimes it is a roller coaster ride. We're down, we're up. The key is for us to manifest more moments in which we're up, right? But now, if something does happen that deviates us from our plans, from our agenda, right, we have to be able to understand that accepting it is a great step for towards overcoming it, and then being able to turn that page, being able to move forward and keep on that path of personal growth and personal development, right? A hiccup, a bump on the road, we just got to learn, hey, how do I jump over that hump and then keep moving forward? And accepting that is key, right? Because if we don't accept it, we can easily stay trapped in that. We can easily stay in that cycle of punishment based on that situation that happened, and it blocks uh, um, anything positive that may come down the road, right? It will block you. It will stop you from taking those steps forward that you want to take. Now, let me clarify that I'm not saying that you should surrender, right, to the moments or to things that happen or if something doesn't work out. There's a difference between accepting it and surrendering to it, right? Accepting that something happens doesn't mean that you're giving up, right? You're just sort of understanding that, hey, this was an obstacle. I got to figure out how to move forward. Surrendering is a different story, right? Think about a fish in water, right? A fish in water that surrenders to the current, to the way the water is flowing, is just saying to itself, hey, I have no control over this, right? I can't control the way the water is flowing, right? So I'm going to surrender to it. I'm going to allow it to do with me what it pleases. That's surrendering to it, all right? I'm talking about accepting. Accepting it is the same fish, right? That's in water and understands that the current is going a certain way, that the water is moving a certain way, but is choosing to accept the fact that that is what it is, and now I'm going to choose to continue to swim, right? To continue to move forward, to continue to live. That's accepting it, right? It's not surrendering it. So I just wanted to make that clear. Now, there's a quote by J.K. Rowling. She's the author of the Harry Potter series and very famous. She's probably reading other things that I'm maybe not familiar with, but nevertheless, a great, famous author. And she says, understanding is the first step to acceptance, and only with acceptance can there be recovery. Right? I'll say it again. Understanding is the first step to acceptance, and only with acceptance can there be recovery. Right? It speaks to what we were just mentioning, the fact that you should be able to accept, you know, how things are, that things happen, that something that was not planned, right, came in your way and probably deviated you from the plans you had. Accept that it happens, understand it, right, and then that in itself is going to allow you to move forward. Now, for you to move forward, it could be tricky, right, and this is where the balance between accepting something and probably surrendering to it, will this is where you make that decision to say, hey, I'm accepting it or surrendering it. And you have to be mindful of where you place your energy, right? So where you place your attention is where you place your energy, right? So if you're placing your attention in the fact that something happened that deviated you from your plans in that day, if you're focusing on that as a negative and saying, why me, right? Becoming the victim, saying, why can't I get over this? Or why does always something happen? Why can't I accomplish X, Y, and Z? If you focus your attention in the negative, then your energy is going to follow suit, right? And you're going to go and towards the surrendering part of things, right? So where you surrender to the situations instead of just understanding, accepting it, choosing to place your attention into overcoming that, right? If you place your attention about overcoming those obstacles, then your energy is going to follow suit, right? So you just be very mindful of how you choose to play, where you choose to place your attention, because your energy is going to follow that. Okay. Now, another piece of advice is to train yourself to feel now how you want to feel in the future, right? That also is going to allow you to once as to accept something and move on. If you visualize now how you want to feel tomorrow, how you want to feel next week, right? So if you have a goal, if you have milestones, if you have something you want to do personally or professionally, train yourself to say, okay, well, this is how that's going to feel, right? This is how success is going to feel. Visualize and manifest it, right? And eventually it'll lead you to it, right? Again, you're placing your attention into a vision, something in the future that is going to make you feel successful, like you accomplished that. If you picture that, your energy is going to follow suit, and again, it's going to allow you to move forward and accept the situations that happen on your path to personal growth. So be very mindful of that. There's actually a nice little formula that I created to sort of remind me of when things happen and it doesn't happen as we planned it to, right? So I'll show it here. Hopefully you can see it well. It's pretty much acceptance minus attachment, right? So that's in parentheses. So you want to be able to say, hey, acceptance minus attachment. So I'm going to accept something. I'm not going to get attached to it because that means I'm going to surrender to it. Times action equals freedom, right? So times action is key because you want to accept something. You want to remove the attachment to that situation that happened once you accept it. And then you have to take action in order for it to, to be productive, to accomplish freedom, and allow yourself to move on and turn that page and continue your path into personal growth. Okay, so this is my message for you today. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you can connect to it. If you have any thoughts, any comments, any questions, please feel free to put them in the comments. If you have not subscribed to the channel, please do so as I look to, look for more content and share with you so we can have a constructive conversation. My goal is for individuals to grow, for individuals to maybe have a different thought process about certain things. Again, not rejecting the topics right there from the start, but let it come in and see how you can use it, right? How you can put it in use for yourself as an individual, what makes sense for you, and then sort of move on and use it going forward. So I appreciate your time. Thank you so much for your time, and enjoy the rest of your day. Bye.